Does the Joker standalone film signal the end of the DC cinematic universe? Hey, remember the DCEU? Well, Martin Scorsese wants you to forget about it. Oh. At least that's what a lot of fans are speculating after Deadline broke the news that the Goodfellas director would be producing a brand new Joker standalone movie. According to Deadline, the movie, which is being written and directed by Hangover Helmer Todd Phillips, will be a gritty film noir chronicling the origins of the Clown Prince of Crime. Now, they also noted that the film will take place in the 80s and be completely Batman-free. Oh, Now, those last two details are interesting because they would seem to cut the film entirely free from the existing DCEU, nor will it be the only DC movie to do so in the very near future. Matt Reeves is now claiming that his Batman trilogy will exist completely on its own terms, and by the looks of it, so will Joss Whedon's Batgirl and the upcoming Shazam project, which all leads us to the inevitable question, is Warner Brothers already giving up on its DC cinematic universe? And the answer is a resounding kind of, sort of. Oh, With The Flash, Aquaman, and most importantly, Wonder Woman 2, all in current stages of development, WB still has a lot of interest invested in the DCEU, and it's hard to imagine they'll be ready to shut the door on it completely anytime soon. But the Joker film could be signaling a pretty significant change, of course, for the company, moving away from the everything is connected MCU model to something more akin to Fox's X-Men films. Deadpool and Logan and even Legion are all theoretically linked to the rest of the X-Men franchise, but the connective tissue is pretty thin. Now, for the most part, writers and directors are given the creative control to present the version of the character they want. Now, we could definitely see a situation emerge where the DCEU keeps chugging along while these Elseworld films are happening on the fringes. And if one of them is a particularly huge hit, what's to stop them from bringing it into the larger fold? It already seems like WB is ready to play fast and loose with continuity, considering they're gearing up for a reality-altering event with Flashpoint. But there is still the possibility that the company is looking to dismantle the DCEU entirely, and if they do, it might just be the best thing that could happen for the future of DC films. Long before the emergence of Marvel as a cinematic powerhouse, DC was laying the groundwork for our current world of non-stop comic book blockbusters, and they weren't doing it with the cinematic universe gimmick. They were doing it by relying on the talents of actual visionary directors like Richard Donner, Tim Burton, and Christopher Nolan. Heck, even within the DCEU, the company's biggest success came when they loosened up the controls a little bit and let Patty Jenkins give us her version of Wonder Woman. And now we have word of this Joker standalone film, which, let's face it, something like this film could never happen within the MCU. Reports claim that the film will be inspired by a lot of Scorsese's earlier works like Taxi Driver and Raging Bull, which is a tonal risk Marvel just can't afford to make, what with Kevin Feige's super meticulous continuity control. Now, it's pretty much what robbed us of Edgar Wright's Ant-Man, and we're glad DC isn't making those same choices. At the end of the day, it could be awesome if DC's big screen films started to resemble their small screen animated ones. Those direct-to-video movies are like a sandbox for various animators to play with a huge variety of different characters and settings, and none of them are saddled with the burden of connecting to another one. As a result, they've treated us to some stories like The Dark Knight Returns and All-Star Superman that we'd probably never have seen on screen otherwise. Now, of course, this also leads to the possibility that we'll be seeing more insane duds like Joel Schumacher's Batman movies or the Halle Berry Catwoman, but if it also means we get to see something as potentially great as Martin Scorsese's Joker, it's probably worth the risk. I mean, it'll be worth it even if all it does is get someone besides Jared Leto in the role.
I am not someone who is loved.
Am I right?
Do it!
Yes. What do you folks think? Could the DCEU really be done for, and what directors would you like to see take on more of your DC favorites? Let's discuss. And speaking of movies, Dan's got an all-new episode of The Dan Cave where he is rounding up all of the films that you need to see this fall, from blockbusters like The Last Jedi and Justice League to Guillermo del Toro's The Shape of Water and James Franco's The Disaster Artist. Oh, hi, Mark. Hi, Mark. You can check it out right now over on YouTube and Nerdist.com.
Turn me apart.
Oh, you're tearing me apart!